I'd say we have a fairly large pool of teams that could be relegated this season. And let's start off with looking at those main teams. It's 5 to 6, I'd say. Newcastle is the six if they lose if they lose 2 to 3 of their next 3 games, because they haven't won any of their last 5 games, and Steve Bruce is definitely potentially in trouble if he doesn't get more players in, whether it's through loan or just fixing up the many loose ends that Newcastle has. But the main six, I'd say Newcastle, Burnley, Brighton, Fulham, and West Brom and Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United are most likely to get relegated. 2 points. In order for them to get out of the relegation zone, they need to win 4 games, and I don't see that as happening anytime soon. And they might get 4 wins. They haven't even gotten 1 win yet, and I just don't see them staying up. Chris Wilder is going to have a very, very hard time if he wants to get them up. But West Brom. West Brom, honestly, I think West Brom is also another favorite to get relegated out of this six. And Fulham or Brighton and Burnley and Newcastle. I think the teams that will get relegated are the teams that are currently at the standings right now. Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United. West Brom, sure, they have Sam Allardyce, and he has never gotten a team relegated before. But I think he's going to have a tough time because there is reports and him saying that they had players that they were going to bring in, but the Brexit changes. With Brexit, they have basically stopped that. And I think those 2, 3 players, whether they were good or not, they would have been a major boost, and they were clearly part of his plans. But Brexit has kind of ruined that. But also, I think Fulham, out of the three that are currently in the relegation zone, Fulham is the most likely to potentially escape it. They've drawn their last 4 games, which is, I'd say, fairly good. Um, they've drawn 4 of their last 5 games, and I think that Brighton and Fulham. It's going to be a battle between Brighton and Fulham predominantly. Burnley, I have a feeling that Sean Dyche can keep him up. He's a great manager, and what he's done at Burnley is absolutely incredible. But I think it's going to be predominantly through Brighton or Fulham, and I'm tipping Brighton to, not Brighton. I'm tipping Fulham to lose this. I just don't see much in the way of Fulham succeeding in their Premier League campaign. I just don't think there's really just what we've seen from their games is that they don't really have it in them, I'd say. And that's not trying to be too harsh, but just what they've shown is not enough for them to stay in the Premier League. It's kind of like Norwich, where they have I'd say some glimpses of quality here and there, but not that much. And just in the end, it's just them going to be relegated. And I think those are the predominantly 3 relegation favorites. It's going to be Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield United. And Sam Allardyce will see the first team will finally have his first relegation.